all the resources we need. So let's put the jobs back on. Now, there is a good suggestion, and I would recommend it to most people that are starting out Kenshi. That you guys have been giving me really good suggestion about standing by the gate it is definitely it is definitely a good great way to make money because then you can take some bandits and everything like that. Basically free money. I very much agree with it. Um, it's definitely in that state in which food. I recommend it if you are worried about food. If you're having trouble with food, that's something to do. At the moment, we're using kind of running back forth as a little bit of training. So I think we're going to stick with running, like kind of running right now, unless we get some people doing nothing. If we have some people doing nothing, then we will. We can't find another job for them, then we'll have them wait at the door. I do think we were wanting to get more resources though with this little group here. First, this here, and then come back later on. So we'll have them run to here. It's definitely a good idea if you have leftover people to be able to do. I think we don't have any more places anyone can mine anyway. I think that all of our mining zones are pretty much filled to the brim. Oh, actually, well we have hold on, we have two more people could do. Let's do Benji. Oh no, he was iron. Hold on. Maybe they didn't have their jobs. Oh no, okay, hold on. Start their jobs back. Some people might just not have had their jobs on. Yeah, some of them just didn't have their jobs on. So let's see. Oh no, let's see who's moving after that now. Run here. There we go. It might just be Swift now who's not moving. But it is essentially free money. I do agree with that. So it's good advice. I want to kind of leave them so I don't like. It's definitely good advice when you're having to like kind of trying to save game time. Like if you really need to make sure you don't go another hour in game, like according to or you'll starve or something like that. It probably waiting around for that won't necessarily, but if kind of that kind of situation of where if you know there's a fight nearby or if you know that you're in a city where a lot of fights happen. I did that a lot with Stack. I did that all the time with Bulls. For some reason, Stack and Bulls hated each other in one of my gameplays. I don't know why. I had one time where the entire city just decided to kill the Shinobi Thieves. But for some reason, every Bull pack that went into Stack, it was a butchery on both sides. Both sides butchered each other. One literally, the other one, we call it, figuratively. But, that is a recommendation I would have as well. So it is a good idea. Find a place where it happens a lot, though. It is a little more micromanaging sometimes because sometimes you have to kind of know where you want to place yourself. There's got to be in a place where action's happening, right? So Stack was a good one for me when the Bulls and the Guards didn't have a good time. Other places might be better for you. Your gameplay really sometimes it changes. Find borders. A lot of borders between where like a bandit camp is. I had a lot in in one of my earlier gameplays when I was doing solo. Believe it or not, I had a lot of doing that in Hub. If you start in Hub and you become friends with and this is where I think I got mixed up with what I normally did with the Shinobi Thieves. I would have them back me up and we'd fight. So that was basically how we trained. I trained as a solo character because I was friends with the Shinobi Thieves and we did that. Tried to do that to save we call it a dehorned Taurus, and it didn't. They didn't end up helping protect him because I forgot I was friends with them before, and it's the trade ninjas that I think function as guards in Hub. So before you do that, maybe earn enough money to get help from mercenaries or something like that. But honestly, probably the best if you want training and not money. If you want training and not money, hire bodyguards. Hire the heavy bodyguards, or if you're wanting to do an Okranite playthrough, hire the human bodyguards. There's literally a group, and it's just called human bodyguards. Funny enough. We also need someone to run and get some hemp for the clothing manufacturer, because if we are going into the south in the swamp, we're gonna need hemp. We're gonna need to grow hemp there, and I'm not entirely sure what food they can grow there. In fact, hold on, let's check research real quick. I think it's if we go into our map, we can click research. We go into farming, right? So common swamp. So riceweed. We want riceweed and hemp. We don't want to mess with the hashish. We don't want to mess with that. I don't know exactly how we're going to treat the locals, to be totally honest. The hounds and all them. I'm not really sure they'll be very happy with us parking ourselves there. But, you know, since we're playing an Okranite playthrough, and I don't believe the Okranites are a huge fan of, what do we call it, hashish. I'm not entirely sure. I know the Empire definitely hates it. We call it. But we're going to try to find out in our gameplay if we can, we call it, just settle there. In worst case scenario, it'll end up kind of like the Alamo, where the mission gets attacked. Because hopefully, though, doesn't result in everyone dying. So we'll see. Let's think. What do we do here? Probably buy books. We're going to need books. In fact, we'll just take all the books. And then we'll take some more iron plates, because I think we need that to upgrade with. We need steel bars for any dummies. So we'll just buy all they have. Oh, I did not mean to buy that. We do not need electrical components. I don't believe we need any gears. I'm pretty sure we're good on the materials, but I might still take them. And we could also get random furniture and basic furniture, which is more aesthetic. I guess at one point maybe I might have a whole stream where I just make our base look really nice. Let's put that in there since it's only one book. That way we have some extra room. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to move some stuff around. Let's move these here. That here. A lot of this game is basically inventory management. It's 3 high, isn't it? Okay, hold on. We need to save as much horizontal space as possible. I don't think that's going to be that easy to do. Yeah, the problem is I can't turn it. As far as I know, I've never been able to turn it. Okay, I could actually carry these 2 iron plates and save some space, because I don't need that many in there, and I can take as much as will stack. I believe 9, right? I wonder if they have a bookshelf. One of the furnitures. Because I would like to get all of the different Okranite focused books. And it might be fun to do one big reading of all of them, just to see, like, just to give you kind of the full Okranite lore experience. Whoop. Also, hold on, I just want to make sure my sound's doing alright too. Also, hold on, I just want to make sure. Okay. You may have heard a duplicate there for a second, but I was just checking the volume. Alright, so Swift, go ahead and run back. I think we got everything we needed. We might end up needing leather at some point, but we can get leather pretty easily. All we need to do is making a leather bench. Because we have a lot of stuff, actually, going for us. think it's just following them and then and them having them deposit everything that we need back. Especially when you have low amount of people, though, that gate watching works really well too, because then you can just watch the gate watchers and have them do some fun fights. But we might be able to do that with better. Actually, we're probably really good with our own base. Now, merchants will buy food, I want to say, and medicine more than anything else, which should be actually good because we should be able to find a good amount of. We're going to make a good amount of medicine in the swamp. Because I think that it's cloth. It's some kind of cloth. Whatever makes, whether it's, these cloth can be made out of, I think, wool, hemp, and cotton in this game. Well, no, is there wool? I think it's just cotton and hemp. I think it's cotton and hemp. I don't think there's wool. It's cotton and hemp, I think. Is the only things I think that you can make cloth out of in this game. So, if there is another thing, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's cotton and hemp, and so we're going to be in one of the cloth manufacturing places, so that will be good. Good for us. So I'm back in here. They should, I think, they're either going to go deposit everything or they're going to, yeah, adding materials. Oh, they're actually building all that stuff. Well, that's fine. Wonder if he's running back. Yeah, I think he's going to actually run back and try to help build it because that's his #1 job. We need the extra beds anyway. We want this place to be a really good resting point. The good thing is once we get down to the swamp, we'll basically not have to acquire. We will be self-sufficient to some degree. Because we can still get metal through melting down weapons of our enemies, basically. And so even if there's not very good minerals, which I don't believe there's good minerals in the swamp. Alright, a lot of access to good minerals at the very minimum. Let's throw this in here. We do still need to get rice weed and hemp, which means we're going to have to do a quick run to the swamp. But we're going to do that after we do some research, because might as well. Or check out how much research is going to cost. Alright, so show research. And I think that sake, I think it's a traditional swamper's drink. So it's probably... And we can also... Oh, that's interesting. So the stuff we can make in the rice... I think rice weed is what can make sake. But sake is popular in what do you call it? That's interesting. It's popular in the Empire, which is interesting since we're going to be kind of hostile to them. Let's see. We want to make sure we have enough. So we can't go below how many... We need rice weed, which is... rice weed farming, which is 2 books. Okay, we still have that. We don't need cotton farming. We need not cactus farming. Where is it? Hemp farming and rice weed. So that's 2 books each. So we need to keep 4 books. So we have 8 books to work with. Let's think. We could make that. I don't know if they'll buy trade goods though. I don't think they will. I think they'll buy medicine and like usable items. I haven't run too much of a stall, so it should be kind of interesting how that works. Hemp-based fabrics would probably be important. And basic first aid kits. Alright, so that's kind of the way we're going. So let's go with this here. Basic first aid kits. Industry. We don't really need to worry that much about refinery stuff. We'll get to there. Splints could be cool. But not necessary. Advanced training dummy. Oh, a lot of these start taking 6. And then the max level. Oh. Well, I can probably buy another book. I'll probably buy more books. So I'll spend it. There'll probably be more books at the Swamper place. So why not just go all in then? Advanced training dummy. Because that means that'll be the highest we can get a newbie. Without actually doing stuff. We also need the biofuel. I think we already got all the biofuel that we could do. We haven't gotten battery power yet, though. Requirement batteries. We need batteries? Do we not have the battery requirement? What does batteries require? Batteries, there you go. Books 4. Oh, books 4. Power is going to be a bit of a trouble there because we're going to have to run on literally just basically dumping in biofuel. We're going to literally have to gas it up to get anything working there. Which is kind of funny because I think we made it where we can make hemp into biofuel, which just sounds like a recipe for something bad happening or something wild or something kind of crazy happening. Let's see. Anything else we probably need? I could do sleeping bag, basic weapon grades, which is 3 exact. Medicine is 6. We need 6, but it needs basic first aid kits anyway. So, and let's just make a medical bench. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just get basic weapon grades. Once we're there, we can make better weapons for ourselves. But I don't think we have the recipe for anything else yet, though. And transitioning this guy over to the swamp is going to be interesting. Or how we're going to do that is going to be a journey all in and of itself. Okay, we should be getting tons of money from all this. Oh, hold on. This is one bandit. It's a bandit leader, though. Swift, go grab that. See, the problem is they start taking them away. And they take them into the barracks virtually instantly. Oh, they're actually way down here, so maybe we can get some of them. Attack the hungry bandit. The other thing is the money value is not going to be that great once you compare it to really high grade mining. But it's really good early on. Like top tier really. Early on because it's virtually no labor. It's free money. So I agree with that assessment where you guys are giving that recommendation. But right now, I think a lot of my guys are really good at labor, so the money's going to be... And these guys are really on top of it. Now, if we were around dust bandits, 100% I'd try to focus more on it. But since we're only really around hungry bandits, that they're not often all that worth it monetarily. That's why a lot of times I even try to just be kind of friendly with them. Just so they don't always 100% attack me, so sometimes I could just ignore them. Because a lot of times they come at the worst times for you. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes they just show up and it's like, oh no, I really, really didn't want to have to fight somebody right now. Oh, Pound's Cross, there we go. We now can make the Paladin's Cross. And we'll sell these. Everyone's happy now. Now we'll be able to make some good Paladin's Crosses. The only unfortunate thing is I don't believe there's a way to make holy chest plates. I believe that you can only make unholy chest plates. Ironically. I'm guessing because it's just the idea of you making them would make them not. Oh, research already known. Ah, man, that was a waste of money. I already knew it. I must have missed the little disclaimer. I'm pretty sure it normally has a disclaimer. Well, either way, I'll get some food. No reason to beat myself over it. Let's get the food cubes. Go ahead, why not? We want more armor though, whenever we can. Okay, let's throw the food in there. Let's also go ahead and get all of this. And go to the armor store before it's... Well, I guess it's in the morning, but let's go to the armor store. I know that they really want to go finish their other job, which is to finish doing the one thing. Oh, I think they're fighting again. But at the moment, if you compare the money we're getting from the minerals, like each mineral would give us more, even like an iron at the state, because the metals are very expensive. I believe it does change. Price, I think, does change. I don't think it's always the same what's expensive where. I had one time where Squin copper was super expensive, and it has a 100 quality thing, like a copper right outside of it. So I made a lot of money from that. But I think it does vary to some degree when you start the game on which one gets each. I don't know if that was just a bug early on in the game or things were still changing. We need people to have helmets, so let's buy that. We could learn how to make a heart protector, but it's not really what we want. Is that standard plated long boots? Then we want it. Yep. Any standard chainmail we'll take too. Will I even take shoddy boots? Are most of my boots shoddy? Are any of my boots shoddy, or was I pretty good at only taking standard? Okay, one of them's not even close to... Hold on. Moog needs to come here and get rid of a little bit of her stuff. She needs a replacement. Or not replacement, but to get rid of that stuff so she's not just constantly carrying a katana she won't use, and she can get at least better boots than that. Standard plated long boots. Yeah, there we go. And then, hold on. I think we have standard quality everything else. We don't really want to go below standard. I think that's going to be our minimum. I think for turtlenecks and stuff like that, we might be willing to do shoddy. But nothing... Even though that arguably, I would say that your underlayer is the most important layer in the game. From just my opinion. Just because it can have such a high coverage. Most of the over armors don't have 100% coverage on limbs particularly. So without that, you're oftentimes, it's probably the only thing, a lot of times it's the only thing between you and everything else like that. I'm kind of surprised there's still some clipping kind of in the game. And around the legs, which I always found strange. I think it might be because of the armor. Hold on. Yeah, it's because of the armor. The armor compresses the legs and makes it not work. Just have him go trade real quick. He's skedaddling. Let's give him a helmet real quick. There we go. Went to top row to have all the helmets first, then we'll move on to the second row. Okay, let him go. That one's wearing those shoes too now. I know I took them off at one point. Herodo's still carrying some other shoes though. Advanced training dummies. Oh, there's some fighting going on over there. Just hungry bandits. And if there's a lot of them, there's actually a good amount of them this time. We'll have our armored people go and run and fight. There's normally only been like a very, very small amount. And not really worth it. But this time I think it's worth it. Oh no, never mind. I thought the rest over there were hungry bandits, but it turns out they're not. Now we could even take more prisoners, but I don't know. Okay, we'll actually hold on. Actually, we were hitting one of them there for a second, but we won't even waste our time with it. I think because it's money, but we literally get money faster real lifetime by just mining. Because mining, like for one iron, I think is like 99, and that's greater than most of their melee weapons. Let's see. Someone's got to have iron on them. There we go. Yeah, 90 sale price, and I think the sale price for that, for the actual melee weapons is like, it saves, I guess you could argue that by going and picking all that up, you could save a lot of game time, but real lifetime it'll be a little bit slower. When regarding to hungry bandits. Dust bandits is definitely worth it. Pretty much anything but hungry bandits, it's worth it. Even if you have to wait for a while, if it's a really good bandit. Like, if you go to Mongrel, which I won't mention exactly, I won't spoil too much about Mongrel. If you find Mongrel, there's a particular thing you can get, which will make you tons of money, and all you need to do is wait by the gates, and help out the guards every once in a while, and you'll come across a particular item a lot. So, depending on your playthrough, obviously. Sometimes, some of you might have Mongrel not be so lucky. Oh, Alright, okay. That's one may have just accidentally smuggled something. Okay, they have plated long boots now, too, so hold on. Does someone else need boots? Scratch needs boots, too. I forgot to... Let's get Scratch boots now as well. Come on. There you go. Yeah, it's the pants that's doing it, though. Oh, not the pants, the jacket, the armor is doing it to the pants. Making it, kind of clip. See, Dust Bandits are not very happy with us. Starting Bandits are starting to get very unhappy with us. Holy Nation liked us, and then it started liking us less lately because of the the misadventures we've had with them. I'm gonna just unlock his cage and beat him up again. Ah, yes, me again. Or us again, or whatever. He is really starting to find this old, I think. I'm surprised he really hasn't lost any limbs yet. I think that we might not be able to hit him in some place dangerous in the state he's in. We might only be able to hit his head, stomach, and chest, unless I splint him. The only danger with splinting him is that he could run out the door. Do they even have a splint kit now? I don't think I could even splint him the way he is. Or maybe I just can't splint him in a cage. Not sure, but him losing limbs would kind of be beneficial because then we'd know that we could transfer him and we wouldn't have to worry so much about him escaping, even if all of us got knocked out. Because no one would be giving him prosthetic limbs, I imagine. And if we wanted to really give our guys a challenge, we could then give him limbs. Basically, you could have a modular test dummy. You could have a literal living, breathing, modular test dummy. The best thing is there's something called a thrall, right? That you can knock out. I got that from my solo player, right? My solo game. A plus, A plus. Get a thrall. A thrall is just a skeleton without a head. It's literally a skeleton without a head. It's a skeleton that's got no head. Come across them. It's a little bit. It's not that much of a spoiler. You don't know what they're about, but it's just if you find something called a thrall, it's a skeleton with no head. Knock it out and take it. Keep it and buy yourself a bunch of repair kits, right? And you have a test dummy that you can do like all the training you want with. Like it is a perfect training dummy. You never have to feed them. You never have to do anything. You can leave. You can have tons of them, right? You can have some ones with different kits. One with like this equipment, one with that equipment, and you can have like an amazing kind of little depot of prisoners, of thrall prisoners. That would be really, really, really cool. I only needed one. You don't really need more than one, but it could be really cool to have more than one. So, and I guess we could even do that in an Okranite game, considering that they're not really fans of what? You could argue it's capturing a monster, so you can hunt the monster kind of thing, like from a monster slayer perspective, because Okranites viewing them kind of like monsters. The other thing is that typically they don't. I think that they attack skeletons on sight, and I think they will try to destroy them. I don't think they'd ever really. I don't know if they ever really try to capture or enslave them or anything like that. Can't really say. I don't know if they would just hit them and then leave them, or try to and just keep every time they get up, just keep knocking them down. But technically, skeletons can't go down and get back up on their own. They go down, they need someone to repair them. Because I don't, they're not. So that could be it. That they just wouldn't ever repair a skeleton, so they just knock them down and then leave them, or just throw in a jail cell for them never to be able to escape from because they can't get better. I don't know what I'm having Swift running around for. I need to still get the riceweed and the hemp, so we can be ready to farm once we get there. We don't need to actually take it necessarily with us. We do for the farm kinda, but we don't necessarily need to because we can buy it while we're there, if that makes sense. But we do need at least it for the research. To have it for the research. Buy all that and all the food cubes. And there we go. Almost perfect. Almost a perfect amount. Okay, and then we'll take that too. And when it opens, we can get more armor too. Hopefully they'll have better armor. Actually, hold on. Now might be the time. We could go ahead and run them to. Hold on. Let's get some of that food item. Some of the food items put up back up. And then we can run them officially to. Let's take maybe just one food cube. I don't think we'll need more. And just run them to the swamp. All we need to do is find a swamper village. You can actually buy houses in the swamp. If you're doing a solo run, houses to me are the best in solo. Like, you're really wanting to immerse yourself in the world. Houses can be a huge opportunity. Even if you want to give like a single person of your community a house. That would be kind of fun to kind of flesh everyone out and have everyone have kind of an actual house rather than it all be kind of a commune. I feel like when you're playing when you're playing Kenshi, you ironically end up being a lot like the factions where they have barracks, things like that, right? But they're not even really barracks. They're like more like med bays, right? You play less like an actual villager sometimes. And it can be really fun to actually kind of have a little house with furniture and kind of furnishings for everyone in your little community. And you have an idea of whose house is whose. I get that maybe it can be a little difficult to know whose is whose. But it would be fun. Like, or even if you didn't have an idea of whose is whose, just having enough houses that you could say, well, one is one's, they each have a house. Whatever one they sleep in is whatever. It's semi-commune. A semi-commune. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is the more effective way to play, but it just doesn't feel. It kind of adds another layer where you're not so personal with your characters. And I like to have the characters matter, and I like to have the characters, what do you call it, be individual. I think it makes for greater stories. Because right now we've already got some stories from them. Some really neat ones. They're different deeds. Or they're underperformances or overperformances. And some of the dialogue that they say. Like, Bard's been our big troublemaker. Lode's been surprisingly defensive, and New's been actually good in a pinch. Griffin's often been busy. Griffin's always often been busy. I'd say he's kind of like he's been better at rescuing people than anything else so far. Despite having the best combat abilities, the most use I've gotten out of him is really actually his high strength, his higher strength being able to carry people very effectively. So surprisingly, he's been kind of the workhorse of the group. And Swift has kind of been our logistician, I guess, like our logistics expert. And I remember, I think it was Scratch that was the wannabe sword fighter kind of archetype. We're running at 20 miles per hour, and we can actually run faster if we took off some gear. If we try to go light. So I think we should be able to outrun everything down in here. Ooh, that really squishy sound. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's got a real squishy sound. I have the game sound fairly low. And normally in Kenshi, you're zoomed out a lot, so you don't really hear the sound anyway. So Swift's kind of been our explorer / logistics professional. Batai's been pretty steady. Batai and Hiroto are kind of almost the same character historically in our game. They've been stable kind of backup fighters, and I'd like them to shine a little bit more too. And I think because I think everyone's had some time to shine a little bit. Otherwise, then we have the newer people as well. Hiroto we've had it for a little longer than Batai. Our order has kind of gotten all mixed up in terms of who is around first. We did have these three first, but then I'm pretty sure Ice and Mu were far after Batai and Hiroto. I don't know about Ice and Batai. One of them may have been around each other, but Hiroto is definitely probably. In fact, hold on. Just so I remember. I'm pretty sure Hiroto is 4th or 5th. But I'm pretty sure he's before Batai. It's just skill-wise. Oh, I mean, Batai started off as a fighter, though, so I'm gonna have to judge off of. It's his hacker skill. Hacker skill is gonna be, to me, the one that tells, and 15. So that means we've definitely had Batai longer. Because a lot of people, even Batai started off as a trained swordsman, and he's only got 17, and he's gotten from 15 from 1. So I'm pretty sure we've had him longer. Ice and Mu, I'm not really sure who we've had longer. The skills would suggest Mu. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, let's check on making sure Swift gets where we want her to get. I believe this is where we're wanting to go. Gotta find the swampers. We gotta watch out because running through water could, save us and kill us. We also scout out with these guys kind of where we want to be. So consider this kind of an exploration stream. Kind of running around the swamp, seeing where we want to be. I don't believe you can use the water from rivers. Which is kind of unfortunate. But you can use rain to help your crops. So rain barrels can basically give you water. And I haven't actually built a base in the swamp before, so I'm not entirely sure if just normal rain would help too. So might, in some cases, not need. Okay, we are running toward a nest of some kind, which I think is best if we avoid that. Normally I buy a map from Squin. Squin has like a ton of maps of kind of the area, or of the region, of all over the Kenshi worldscape. But as we are not friends with the Shek this time, or at least we're trying to limit our interaction with the Shek. That's gonna be we're gonna have to find all other ways. Also, it'll be neat when we actually come across because I've forgotten where the plots of ninjas were. It will be funny when we finally do come across them. I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't run into. Oh, kill them all quickly, cleanly. Uh-oh, I think they might be totally blocking our path. Okay, yeah, they run way slower than us. Oh, hold on, 17 from his max possible speed is 20. Okay, we are just fast enough. Let's drop that off. We need to be a lot faster. Okay, we're running 22. That should be enough. It's just him, I think, right? Okay. Swamp Village, there we want to go. I think that every Swamp Village, has a shop, or most of them do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we might get hit. Oh, okay, he's trying to run around. He's going to try to beat us around. Oh, no, he's going to beat us around. Oh, that's not good. They're clever. Okay, hold on. Run. Okay, hold on. They're trying to be clever. But we can be clever, too. Haha, we've outmaneuvered them, everybody. Okay, let's go over this way. And follow them with Swift. Our runner. Oh, don't fight. Passive. Go passive. I'm watching you, so that way we'll know. Okay, so go. Hold on. Are we just running the wrong way or something, or? Which way? Let's direct ourselves to the Swamp Village. There we go. Might not be able to run directly there. Maybe that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's just keep going. Okay, they're gonna get slowed down too by the water, but we're a little faster, so we'll be okay. Any dangers? Oh, there's crossbows. They're shooting each other. Don't shoot Swift, please. If we get shot in the legs, we're doomed. Good thing is they shot their friends. These are using the short range. I believe they're using toothpicks. Okay, let's keep running. Okay, we're doing pretty good. We're keeping away from them. They're chasing us through the swamp. This is kind of spooky. See them still following us. I think the village will help us. Come on, village. Oh, we just ran through a tree. We just did that. Okay, hold on. We're going through the water a little bit. As long as the crossbow people stay back. I mean, they probably got slowed way down because they were trying to stand and shoot while we were still moving. So we probably gained a lot of distance on the crossbowers. Or the crossbowmen. Or not that much. Some are even taking aim every once in a while at us. Let's fast forward a little bit. We're going to need help when we get there. Hopefully we'll get it. Here we go. Now, the unfortunate part is if the hounds don't like us and decide to attack us, we could be in some serious trouble. And by that I mean if they don't like us settling here. I think that if you do what they want, you don't have to pay taxes, maybe. Okay, hold on. Let's find... Okay, this is a traveling shop. This will probably have what we want in it. So, Swift, go ahead. Go in there. Okay, so it's got a ton of stuff, in fact. A lot of stuff I really like. Masked helmet. You can learn how to make masked helmet. Scrap tent. All kinds of... Scrap tent's really good. A lot of people don't make use of the tents, from what I've seen. Which is really unfortunate, because they're pretty good. They're pretty good. When you're going through acid areas. You can always wear clothing, though, that stops it. But all the clothing that stops it is light armor. So if you're heavy armor, it's kind of very helpful. Do they have... Okay, so yes, they do have some hemp. And do they have rice weed, too? Yes, yes, they do. Perfect. Let's do one full stack of each. This is dirt cheap. It's absolutely dirt cheap, actually. It's at minus 25% here. Because it's a village. I wonder if we should probably do that more with Holy Nation villages. Probably stacks of 9. Hold on. Yeah, they only do stacks of 9. They can do buyback. We only want one stack of each, and then we can probably take other stuff too. Like, visored helmet would be neat, but I think it's masked helmet is what we have. Karadazukin, is that the I forgot exactly what Karadazukin was. But masked helmet would be ideal. An iron hat would be good for crossbowmen. We could eventually get the traditional helmet that the Holy Nation uses, but we're trying to differentiate ourselves a little bit from them. So I'd be fine with not necessarily having everything the same, especially since they're not technically wearing the best possible in-slot gear. We can wear it thematically what they wear, I guess. Iron hat would be cool. Karadazukin, I wish I knew. I'll buy it anyway. Iron hat. Armored hood. That's just that there, right? Do they have books too, or they have food? And some medicine. We'll just take some medicine. They do have another backpack, which we wanted another backpack to probably give to Bard and make those two our logistics specialists. Because he kind of helped out. So we have two people who can carry stuff. Sure thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that. Scavenger's basket, I think, is just the same thing, isn't it? But this doesn't stack. I think it just wouldn't stack like the wooden backpack does. This is more expensive, so I'm pretty sure that that's the case. Generally, more expensive is better in this game. Generally. And to be honest, masked helmet really doesn't hurt crossbows that bad. I mean, early on, you're gonna have a hard time. But to be honest, you don't really need 100 perception. You could kind of have a negative to perception and be okay. And sometimes it's better to have the 100% helmet than a little bit better chance of hitting and doing a little more damage. I get that normally you want to protect your crossbowmen, but it's good to at least know that something's not going to go around and one-shot them. Because basically, like when you get into things like leviathans, creatures like that, if they somehow get past all your armor because you don't have anything that's 100%, they could out and out just kill you. Like just outright just and outright kill you. So you don't necessarily want something like that to happen. It's not the ideal. What about a scrap tent? Albeit you need metal, I think, for that. Iron, maybe? You need to carry iron, but scrap iron might be even easier for us to get sometimes. But normal tint might even be better. We'll buy that. I think we'll try to save the rest of our money for the moment. We don't need probably more than that to start our farm. We'll go ahead and go now. Hopefully our speed doesn't drop too much. Oh, it's dropped pretty bad. It dropped to 18. Oh, but now is the time that we can help with fighting the swamp ninjas. I don't think we can actually be friends with the swamp ninjas. I don't think that's even an option. They have some really cool stuff though. Stop gas and dust storms. Weirdly enough, not things that I think that happen in the swamp. I don't think any of that happens in the swamp. Really kind of cheap stuff though. So the ninja blade's really expensive to sell. We can actually sell that real quick, or actually we can help fight a little bit. We'll help fight a little bit. We'll try to be smart with it though. Okay. Oh, that was perfect. I don't know if you can see it, but as soon as we swung, right? We missed and we started running away and he started swinging at us and he swung, missed, and then this guy, whacked him. Is there another one up there or is that just bushes? No, that's just bushes. I don't believe there's a way to befriend the swamp ninjas. Okay, they're starting to shoot them. We need to watch out. We don't want to get crossbowed. Go ahead, block. Okay, we got hit in the arm. It's okay. An arm hit is we can live with. I turned on block for a little bit, but we'll turn off passive too. That, and then more medicine. Always can use more medicine. I don't think there's ever a situation where less medicine is better. Unless you are absolutely... Oh, he caught us stealing. Because he wasn't knocked out. And now he's back to knocked out. He's knocked out again. I think the problem is we have a lot... We're starting to put on more... It's pretty much half of that... Hold on, we need to research this real quick. If we can. I don't know if we'll be able to. Leaf stack? No. Not in that state, no. Let's throw in those pants real quick. Because those shoes real quick. Okay, where's the rest of that fighting going on? Down over here? I think unfortunately we're going to miss a lot of the fighting. Oh, he has a crossbow. Could go for something. Yeah, it's kind of expensive. But let's go ahead and sell those swords. The one thing is I don't know if you can really I don't believe you can befriend the swamp ninjas. I don't think there's any way you can. And if you can, that'd be really cool. Where are swamp ninjas? There we go. We're at 0, so they don't hate us for that. In fact, if we heal them a little bit, they'll actually like us for helping them. So let's actually heal them a little bit. First aid. Kind of get, we call it, maybe these swamp ninjas in our corner. I'd like them to go to bat for me. We go out because if we can have, we call it, some friends, I think the hounds might not stay our friends if we don't do what they want. We may be able to just pay taxes though, which is fine. Because ultimately, even though Prayer Day basically would mean that we could just live in the Holy Nation for free, that is not our calling in this game. Our calling is to spread being an Okranite. We gotta play the missionaries for the Okranites. Ooh, it's starting to flood in that walkway. We're Okranite missionaries. We're not Okranite civilians. So, otherwise, we could always pick the start where we start off. Because you actually can start off as an Okranite. as a that's one of the starts, is starting off as a civilian in, we call it, in the Holy Nation. You can start off as a civilian in the Holy Nation, but that was not our story. This is the story of a imperial citizen, or someone who was in the Empire, dropped off with nothing. He was a nobody, right? With no arm, with no arm, just dropped off in the middle and kind of journeyed and became an Okranite. So let's stay true to that, I think. There we go. That should give us some room too. Throw that in there. Let's take off our boots. Let's see how we're doing weight-wise. Might be better if we just actually, hold on, how much does that weigh? 1 kilogram? Or does this weigh 4 kilograms? That weighs 18? Okay, that's really what's weighing us down then. It's the trade goods. We're going to have to play a little bit sneaky getting back. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be the only way we can do it. Because they are going to be faster than us. And there's not much we can really do about it. As long as we don't get swamp ninjas, we should actually be pretty much safe. Let's go to hub. I think that might be the quickest way out. And it'll be a different way than we came in. Let's try sneaking a little bit. I don't know. Let's just speed it up a little bit. I'm set to pass it. Let's just hope worst case scenario, we're really close to a swamp village. So we might be able to run back, or even just dump something. We could even dump a few things, come back for it. Let's just hope that we spot anything before anything spots us. Okay, hold on. That is something. That was so lucky that I decided to pause there. Hold on. How fast do they run? 13. Okay, we're faster than the blood spiders. That's fine. Okay, let's stay stealth. Let's just let them pass. Even though they would kind of be a good deterrent to anyone else following us. Oh. As soon as we did that. Hold on, how fast do these guys run? 18? 16? 19. Okay, some of them run faster than us. Is he going to talk to us or is he going to attack us? We need to find out. Okay, they're coming back. They're going to attack us. So run to the swamp village. Some of them are going to start catching up, I believe, with the lead we have. I mean, it hasn't been that far since we've been... We could just try to sneak through the entire swamp, but getting back is going to be the hard part. Got in, now it's going to be getting back. Oh, they're going to start catching up, maybe even a little too early. Oh, I think some of the swamp people, or some of the swamp ninjas are getting back up. Let's have them go to block. That way they can be involved and probably get some blocking skill going on. They probably won't get attacked. Oh, never mind. They did attack us even though we had block on. I'm going to say they probably weren't going to attack us. Okay, let's change block off and do a quick attack. Try to get an attack in there with Swift. Okay, switch to block. Okay, let's go ahead and take some of the stuff. Red Sabers is another one I wonder if we can become friends with. If we sneak, I don't believe they care. Or they even know that we took anything from them, so. Oh, we try to assassinate, try to get our... Okay, so they were not happy with us doing that. Oh, he hit us. Oh, he's actually kind of fighting us back while on the ground. Hey, are we just getting shot with arrows, or are we actually... Who's hitting us? Kind of confused. Let's either way. Let's run over here, sneak. Okay, they know we're here. We can't hide from them, basically. Let's get this guy. Hold on. Let's wait for the... Let's try to get the guard to not see us. Oh, are there more people out here? Swamp... Okay, there we go. Swamp raptors. We're dealing with the big boys now. The big, Oh, did they take them prisoner? What happened to the guy's body? Oh, there he is. Oh, that's the swamp ninja. That's the one with the crossbow. First aid. Okay, let's take that. Let's go ahead and throw those boots back on real quick so we have more room. And let's go ahead and get... Let's heal them up a little bit too. That way we kind of come out even with them. I don't know if we can actually kind of repair relations with those guys and kind of get them to like us. We didn't end up getting any negative relations. Let's get all their body parts, but then not their arms. You know what I mean? That way that they don't have much of a chance in a fight. There we go. Which one's more expensive? That one's definitely more expensive than this helmet. So, take that. Yeah, that's only 18. The sub value, that's pretty bad. I mean, a bandana buys for more. Or sells for more, which is kind of funny when you think about it. Yeah, I think that's all we would take for this run. And run back. I think Swift's going to be stuck here for a little bit. Let's run. Let's not sneak. She's encumbered, so we could get her strength up while she's here. And that way she would be unencumbered while she ran back. Oh. Yeah. But either way, I think we're going to... Oh, yeah, run, you're right. So, yeah, but... we came in it's funny. I feel like sometimes I'd see like the funniest comments like after it's finally slowed down, or the funniest statements. Yeah, we were trying to get away from. We caught a lot of people this episode, but we actually have come unfortunately to the close of our episode, to the end. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope it's been fun. We have our plan for next episode. So. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope to see you guys back to see how we can get Swift back. Because she's now 2 miles per hour slower than everything else pretty much once we get her gear all settled. With the exception of the blood spiders, fortunately. So we kind of fought in the swamp today, and we'll try to fight our way back, and then that way we can get the research to be able to come back and live in the swamp, which should be real fun. Probably we're going to build a dummy, though, and get everyone up to 15 minimum combat attack. So at least we'll have some skills working in our favor. So hope you guys had a good one. See you guys later, and bye.